Virtual trials cannot be conducted without electronic dockets. It is a strong goal of this vision statement to move registries into paperless modes as soon as possible. The leading justice vision is anchored on a high use of technology to increase speed and transparency in the justice delivery process. Goals have been set for digital libraries so that all staff and judges will have access to learning, notwithstanding which part of the country they are. Virtual trials cannot be conducted without electronic dockets. It is a strong goal of this vision statement to move registries into paperless modes as soon as possible. The leading justice vision is anchored on a high use of technology to increase speed and transparency in the justice delivery process. Goals have been set for digital libraries so that all staff and judges will have access to learning, notwithstanding which part of the country they are in. Goals, that's the e-judgment website, which is a work that has been going on for years. Currently, we have partnerships with Ghana Lee, Africa Lee, and I think recently GIZ really held a hand to get some assets on board. Goals have also been set to obtain centrally managed transcription rooms for early processing of court proceedings, so that requests for court processes cannot be affected by localized interests within the courtroom. This is a picture from Kenya, actually, on what a centrally managed transcription room looks like. So this could be somewhere in Kweu, but they are gathering all the proceedings going on around the country. And so when you want your record in Swedru, the people who prepare the record, you don't know them. And so there isn't a matter of paying somebody to get it out for you very quickly. If we are able to get there, I assure you that a huge burden will be taken off the court user. It ensures that records are made available to stakeholders without unnecessary waste of time and cost through traveling to a registry, queuing to pay for a record, and being told to go and come back for the said record. It should be possible to serve parties who have nationally recorded phone numbers and email addresses electronically, while we wait for all citizens to obtain phone numbers and email addresses. We have 439 courts now in this country, thanks to the dedicated commitment of government since 2020 through the District Assembly Common Fund to make courts accessible to all citizens. The judiciary is extremely grateful for the 100 new courts that we keep commissioning. All of these courts are making orders and churning out proceedings. Beyond this, there are also many justice delivery processes that, if supported electronically and digitally, will reduce inefficiency, costs, and uncertainty in litigation. Land mapping, verification of property details from records on property rates with district assemblies, verification of details of vehicles from DVLA, verification of account holding in banks during execution processes, can all be easily done via dedicated and authenticated e-processes between the courts and the relevant institution, saving staff from those institutions spending their productive time in court just to relay simple information. Many of these electronic verification processes will also cut out the horrible specter or forgeries that sometimes the courts experience. To achieve these goals, the Judicial Service of Ghana is requesting for active partners that do not insist that we must employ procurement models that prevent the achievement of our goals. Partners who will walk far with us, appreciating the independence, impartiality, and integrity of the judiciary, and help us to achieve. Partnerships in programs that are not limited to 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, but medium and long-term periods that enable validation and stability of all systems introduced. Every stakeholder is kindly invited to share ideas and resources with us. For the judiciary is a public institution created to administer justice that first emanates from you. All facilities being discussed are designed to enable the acceleration of court services for the nation. With the support of all stakeholders in justice delivery, we can build together, we can build faster, and we can build stronger. Still on the subject of assets, I must tell the story of one heartwarming partnership that is already yielding results. The partnership between the judiciary and the Ghana Bar Association. It started in the Kaneshi Court, and you saw a picture, at the time when we saw that picture, which had also suffered old and tired chairs at the bar, heat, and a very sorry state of protection of documentation. Last Christmas, under the able leadership of its national executive, the Ghana Bar Association committed to a one lawyer, one chair facility for all courts across Ghana. The memorandum of understanding reached, we signed a memorandum of understanding to cover this relationship, clarified that the judiciary would determine the specification of chairs, locations, and numbers of chairs needed, and the bar would buy the chairs to ensure decent furniture in courtrooms, thereby lessening the national budget for courtroom furniture. Within weeks, the Greater Accra Regional Bar had provided new chairs and fans for the Kaneshi courtrooms. This leadership drive is already being replicated in other courtrooms around the country. The Volta Regional Bar, the Bono Regional Bar, the Western Regional Bar have all moved in this direction. I'm confident that very soon, the effect of this partnership will be felt in the ambience of any courtroom. Mr. President, you cannot slow down. Mr. President of the Bar, I know he's here. I'm confident that very soon, the effect of this partnership will be felt in the ambience of any courtroom that would have otherwise suffered a lowering of standards because of the heavy toll on the budget of the judicial service. It is many of such institutional partnerships that we seek to quietly implement any gap in access to justice, so that the effect of the rule of law will continue to translate to increase in investments, stability of capital, and the peace of the nation at an accelerated pace. Nana Chair, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in closing, allow me to acknowledge with gratitude the kind help and support of all judges, staff, lawyers, and external friends in this journey of leadership that is less than 1 year old. The support of my colleagues on the Supreme Court, the support of the Court of Appeal bench, including retired judges, the support of the Judicial Council, the General Legal Council and its committees, and the support of the entire legal sector, and I see the Attorney General here. Mr. Attorney General, thank you so much for your support. It has been outstanding. The judges, lawyers, and staff who helped to produce any guideline, direction, or manuals will be duly acknowledged for posterity. But today, I must especially acknowledge the help of those who have helped in producing the first compendium of guidelines, directions, and manual before us. They include His Lordship Justice Ernesto Wusudapa of the Court of Appeal, Her Ladyship Justice Dorothy Kingsley Nyina, Her Honor Ellen Ofei-Aye, Mr. Charles Aidan, who did this team put together the practice directions on award of costs. Then we have His Lordship Justice Richard J. Frimpong, JSC, His Lordship Justice Yaudakwa Sari, JSC, His Lordship Justice Bright Mensah, JA, Her Ladyship Justice Dorothy Kingsley Nyina, His Honor Jojo Hagan, Her Honor.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click on the bell for more updates.